Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. Mikey Garcia ruins Dejan Zlaticanin, who suffers another loss. Stay tuned. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing if you want to become part of the gang. Notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chat channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Quick video. I had to make this video. Now this video is going to be a little bit different. This is more opinion based than it is fact. It's just an observation that I made. Some of the videos I do have opinion, but they're also supported by fact. But this is purely conjecture on my part. Like, it's just something I noticed, something I've seen with boxing. So hopefully you guys enjoy. You can leave your comments. Let me know what you guys think. Now, Dejan Zlaticanin, former lightweight champion, WBC lightweight champion, who suffered the loss at the hands of Mikey Garcia a few years ago, he just got upset in a fight today with Roberto Ramirez. Now, I don't know much about Roberto Ramirez, but he had a pretty decent record, 18-2-1 with 13 knockouts, and he ended up stopping Dejan Zlaticanin in the second round. And from what I hear, Dejan Zlaticanin suffered a broken nose and a broken jaw in those 2 rounds, right? So, as this relates to Mikey Garcia, he fought Mikey Garcia in January 2017. It was a fight that I covered as media. It was at the MGM. I remember it clearly. It was a co-main event or co-feature for Leo Santa Cruz, Carl Frampton, the rematch, right? So I covered it, and I just remember seeing Mikey Garcia and how he started catching Dejan Zlaticanin. And first of all, he came out before the knockout. He came out with the superb jab, superb. He just kept pumping the jab, just pop, pop, pop. I remember being really impressed with Mikey Garcia's jab because I don't recall him jabbing quite so fluidly and so much throughout a fight, but it was like that was his bread and butter, and it just set up everything beautifully. And he caught, I forgot the exact punch, but it was either an uppercut or something, and he stunned Mikey Garcia, stunned Dejan Zlaticanin, and then he caught him with the hook when he was cloudy or whatever, and he just got knocked out brutally. Now all of a sudden, a former champion, he's getting knocked out again. This was a guy who was undefeated when he fought Mikey Garcia. So I don't know. This is not, I'm not trying to be superstitious or not, but I do believe fighters go through certain brutal beatings and beat downs, and psychologically they're never the same. And that's kind of what I've seen here, because Dejan Zlaticanin, again, when he fought Mikey Garcia, he was undefeated. He had beaten the likes of Ricky Burns, things like that, and he was a known puncher. He was like I think he had like a 91% knockout ratio. He was like the first champion from Montenegro. And after that Mikey Garcia fight, he had one fight later that year. He won by a knockout, but it was against a journeyman, a guy with like double-digit wins and double-digit losses and probably some draws. And his only other fight that he's had is this particular one. So I'm sure inactivity may have played a part in it, but I'm a firm believer that certain guys, they just don't respond well to losses, and like just brutal losses, be it physically. Wounds will heal over time, but it might even be a psychological thing. And I really think that's the case here. It's just something I've noticed in boxing. I can name a couple of them. Like after Nonito Donaire fought Guillermo Rigondeaux, he didn't look the same to me. Like he had that fight with Simpe Wevecheka or whatever his name is. I think he's from South Africa. He had fights with Nicholas Walters. He got knocked out after. He had a really tough fight with the Mexican cat, Cesar Juarez. And he just never has looked the same. Even his fight with Jesse Magdaleno, who just recently lost to Dogbo. You know what I mean? Donaire was, at the time when he fought Rigondeaux, he was top class. You know what I mean? People had him even on the top 10 pound for pound. He was a powerful guy, speedy guy who knocked out Fernando Montiel and also Vic Darchinyan, just different things like that. And he hadn't lost since early in his pro career, like maybe his second pro fighter, his first 5 fights. He hadn't lost in like over a decade, like 11 years. Then he loses to Rigondeaux, and then he just hasn't looked the same since. And I think that's kind of similar here. Also, Ricky Hatton is another one that comes to mind. Undefeated, beat Costa Zoo, right? Beat Jose Luis Castillo. Fights he wasn't necessarily supposed to win. Then he loses to Floyd. He comes back, beats like Paulie Malignaggi and maybe someone else, and then he gets knocked out by Manny Pacquiao. And he never really looks the same. So it's just something I noticed. Some guys like Pacquiao, Sergio Martinez, they can get knocked out earlier in their career and then bounce back like nothing happened. But I don't know. As far as this situation, I think it's unfortunate. I think Zlaticanin, he's 34 years old, so I don't really see him climbing back up the top of the division. It's two stoppages in the last two stoppages in your last 3 fights in a pretty short period of time. I just don't know at his age and stuff if he can bounce back. So I really attribute a lot of this to the Mikey Garcia loss. Devastating stuff. That being said, I'm looking forward to Mikey Garcia versus Robert Easter. Hell of a fight. And those are the current lightweight beasts. And one of them's gotta go. So I'm looking forward to it. That's a great fight. Mikey, obviously, I'm not blaming him in terms of he did something wrong. He's a fighter. This is what they signed up for. But also shout out to friend of the channel, Raquel Miller. She was on the same card, and she has a victory on this particular one. And a lot of good future fights for her. Also, Clarissa Shields is fighting tomorrow, and also Maricela Cornejo. I think they had a little run-in, so just a lot of different options. But as far as Dejan Zlaticanin, I don't think he's ever really been the same since the Mikey Garcia loss. So let me know what you guys think, and what are you picking for Mikey Garcia, Robert Easter? Link in the description in case you want to see the knockout. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.